Okay, so hopefully you've done this test that I've set for you guys. First part of it is all to do with the stuff that you might have done this half term, and the second half of it, which starts here, is about the stuff that you might have done for the rest of the year. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the answers. Mark it yourself, see how you did. Okay, first question, it says, represent the following information in a pictogram. So first of all, red, 7, this is favourite colours, red, 7 people, black, 3 people, pink, 12 people, purple, 5 people, blue, 8 people, and other colours, 12 people. Okay, so we need some headings first. Let's have a heading here of favourite colour. Okay, then we're going to list the colours just again. Okay, red, black, pink, purple, blue, and others. Okay, now with a pictogram, you need to represent the information using pictures. Okay, you can copy this. Copy this title as well, by the way. We need a key. I'm going to use a circle, just a circle like that. Okay, and I'm going to say that that represents. I'm going to say that represents 2 people. Okay, that is 1 mark in the bag. That is your first mark. Okay, having a key is crucial. Otherwise, the rest of it just doesn't make sense whatsoever. Okay, now red. If it's 7 people and a blob, 1 blob is 2 people, that means we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 7 people. There's a little half blob there. Okay, for black, 3 people, 2, 3. Pink, 12 people, there will be 6 of them. Where are we? Purple, 2, 4, 5. Blue, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Now, if you have got all of these correct, then that is your 2 marks. If you make 1 mistake, you drop a mark. Okay, so every mistake you drop a mark. Okay, now you must, to get all 3 marks, you also need these listed out and the headings listed as well. If you don't have either of those, that's another mark dropped. Okay, there we go. Right, next one, find the missing terms in the sequence. We need to see what it does for each time it goes down. So 48, 24, 12, 6. What's the pattern? Well, it halves each time, okay? So you get a 1 mark for putting 3 and 1 mark for putting 1.5, okay? 1 mark each. Here are 8 cards. They're then picked randomly. Find the probability of picking a square number. Which ones are square numbers? Our square numbers are going to be any number that has been squared to get that. So for example, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and so on. Okay, so do we have 1 there? Nope. Do we have 4 there? Yep. Do we have 9 there? Yep. Do we have 16? No. So that's 1, 2 possibilities out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now it doesn't say to simplify your answers, so you don't need to. 2 out of 8 will be fine, but if you simplified it to a quarter, that's probably even better, to be honest. A prime number has only 2 factors, okay? So 3, 5, 7, and that's all of them. 3, 5, and 7, so 3 possibilities out of 8. Okay. A factor of 12. Well, what are the factors of 12? Factors of 12 are 1 times 12, 3 times 4. Oh, I forgot about 2 times 6 as well, and I think that's all of them. So 3 is one of them, 4, 6, and that's all of them. So again, that's going to be 3 out of 8. Okay. So, 4 marks. You get a bonus point for getting all 3 of them correct. Lucky you. Okay, what's the rule of this sequence? Now, it is not going to be take off a 0 each time. Okay, that's a classic mistake that people make. The mathematical rule is, it is being divided by 10 each time. List the first 5 multiples of 14. Well, the first multiple of 14 is 14. Then we just list the 14 times table. So 14, 28, what's the next one? 42, 56, and 70. Okay, so that one was that one. That's for 2 marks. If you make a mistake, you drop a mark. Okay, that's all. So that's how the marks work on this one. Get all of them correct, 2 marks. Drop a mark for every mistake. So if you make 2 mistakes, I'm afraid you don't get any marks. Okay, match the graphs with the names. So we've got bar, line, and pie. Well, which one looks most like a pie? It'd be weird if you had a pie that looked like that, wouldn't it? Or a pie that looked like that. I don't know how you'd find a pie mold to look like that. Anyway, that is, of course, full of bars, so that's a bar chart. And that follows a line, so that's a line chart, line graph. Okay. Probability of rain on one day is 32%. What's the probability that it won't rain? Okay. So probability of everything happening is 100%. So probability of it raining is 32. The probability of it not raining is the rest of that 100%. So we've got to do 100 take away 32, which is, of course, 68%. And that is just 1 mark, okay? Oh, by the way, with this one, I forgot to say, each mistake you make, again, you drop a mark. Find the nth term of this. What does it go up by each time? It goes up by 5 each time, so we've got to write 5n, okay? If we work backwards to find out what the 0th term is, to find out what the term before is, it is a 1, so we just got to add that on at the end. So this is all of the 5 times table with 1 added to it, okay? All right, find the missing terms. So here to here to here, apologies if you can hear next door, I'm in M3 at the moment, so I'm next to the nursery. Preschool, whatever it's called, sorry. Okay, sorry, back to this. Find the missing terms. These go up by the same kind of amount each time, so you've just got to find what's exactly halfway between 17 and 27. Okay? One way you could do that is find the difference, so it goes up by 10, and then half that, which is 5. So just add 5 on to this, 22, and now you can just add 5, add 5, add 5, be 32, and so on. 1 mark for each of those. Oh yeah, 1 mark for each of these as well if you got either of those. Okay. List 2 mistakes made when making this graph. Okay, it's not so easy to spot, but you can see that all of this scale is even, so that's not a mistake. I guess I personally would spot a mistake that Arsenal not being the most popular team would be a mistake, but unfortunately I can't accept that as an answer. Man City, Man United, for goodness sake. Right, but you can see that some bars are 3 wide and some are 2 wide. Okay, so they've got uneven bar widths. And also, they're not evenly spaced. Okay. That's it really, I think. Yeah, because they've got axis titles as well. They've got a title at the top. Yeah, those are your 2 mistakes. Okay, now next page. The probability of a train being late is 32%. What would this be as a decimal? What would this be as a simplified fraction? So, as a decimal, all you've got to do is get that and divide it by 100. So it'll be 0.32. Simplified fraction. First of all, put it as 32 out of 100, because percent means that out of 100, okay? So if you have something like centuries, that's 100 years. How many cents are in a dollar? There's 100, and so on, okay? And then we can simplify that. We could half it first of all, couldn't we? To get 16 out of 50. Does that simplify any more? Yes, they're both in the 2 times table. 8 out of 25. That will be our simplified answer. Okay, fill in the blanks in the sequence. So let's see what the rule is going upwards. So that is doubled, doubled, doubled. So let's work backwards then. Half it and half it. Okay, 1 mark each, and again these were 1 mark each. Right, now to the stuff that you might have done a bit earlier on in the year. So area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle is just base times height. I've already put the units in, so you don't need to worry about. So 21 times 7. 1 times 7 is, of course, 7, and 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. There we go. So 147. Right, work out. 9 plus 2 times 8. I hope you don't do 9 plus 2 first, because you've got to remember our lovely 6-letter rule here of bid mass. Brackets, indices, division and multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, so you've got to do the multiplication first. So the 9 I'm going to keep as it is. 2 times 8 is, of course, 16. So 9 plus 16 would be 25. Okay, so for spotting that this is done first, you get the multiplication is done first, you get 1 mark. Okay, even if you make a big old hash of it and do 2 times 8 being, I don't know, 40, but you've recognised that you've got to add the 9 on afterwards, you still actually get a mark here. I'm going to be very generous to you. All right. Find 20% of 380. I would, if I were you, find 10% first. So to find 10% of 380, all we've got to do is divide it by 10. Divide that by 10, we're going to get 38. If 10% is 38, we've got to double it to get 20%. So double 38 would be 76. 1 mark for those workings, and the answer gives you the other mark. Okay, if you've just written the answer down, it's still technically 2 marks. Same with all of these. That's how they would mark in a GCSE. What's the time? 5 hours and 10 minutes after 10:55. Well, 5 hours after. So 5 plus 5 hours, we're going to get to 15:55. Add another 10 minutes, and we are going to get to 16:05 or 4:05 p.m. Okay? Cool. Right, work out 56 times 24. Now, shall I do this? Which way shall I do this? I think most people in Year 7 prefer to do this the column method way. So 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 4 is 20. Add the 2. It's 22. That's done. Stick a 0 in. 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is, of course, 10. Add the 1 is 11. Wow, they are loud. Okay, and then add them together. 1344. Okay, I should probably check that, because I do have a tendency to make mistakes. Okay, please leave a comment on Share My Homework if I've made a mistake on any of these. Okay, right, solve this equation. 6x equals 42. That means 6 times something, 6 times x, 6 times this unknown number equals 42. Opposite of that, divide by 6. We're going to get x being 7. Only 1 mark, that one. Okay. Oh yeah, marks on this one. If you just make a little mistake on either the 224 or the 1120, it's 1 mark. Okay. But if you've added them together, fine, great. Solve this equation. So 2 times something, then add 19 equals 33. So let's take away 19 first. Take away 19, we're going to get 2x equals 14. Okay. Divide by 2. Divide by 2, we'll get x equals 7. Okay. Simplify this one. Well, let's look at the d's first. We've got 5 d's and minus 3 d's. So 5, take away 3, we've got 2 d's there. Okay, 1 mark already. And then 4 e's and 6 e's, we've got 10 e's. There's your second mark. Okay, right, last one. If a 12 pack of cans costs £4.80, well, £4.80 divided by 12 gives you 40p each. Okay, so times that by 15 and we should get £6 altogether. Okay, so once you've marked that, please tally up your scores for part A, plonk it there. Part B, plonk it there, add them together to get your total. And please comment it on the Show My Homework task. Thank you very much.